And over the years, you guys have seen me cover a wide variety of stuff from Anker, whether it's portable power banks, chargers, anything you could possibly think of for my MacBook, my iPhone, my iPad. If I'm doing Christmas gift guides or what's in my tech bag reviews, anytime I'm traveling, I always have at least one or two things from Anker in my bag. And for good reason. They've always been dependable, sleek, and ahead of their time. Now this doesn't stop with the new Series 7 lineup, by the way, sporting gallium nitride technology that delivers that same power, if not more, at a fraction of the size. Now Anker did sponsor today's episode, thank you, and they also sent me these products to check out for you guys. For those of you that have never been here before, I want you to know that that doesn't really matter. I'm always going to give you my honest take on these items and in these reviews. But at the same time, if you have been here, I want you guys to know that I also only deal with sponsors and partners that I've worked with in the past and ones that I actually believe in and have a proven track record, such as Anker. Now let's kick off with the 735 65-watt charger. If I'm ever traveling light, I love carrying this guy around. It has two USB Type-C ports and one USB Type-A port. Typically when I am traveling light, I'm running with my MacBook Air, 1 to 2 phones, and a set of AirPods or Beats Fit Pro. Now having something small and compact that delivers fast charging with multiple ports is something every consumer needs in today's age, and the 735 is a fantastic fit. Now to go ahead and break down this new lineup from Anker, we have high power capacity fast chargers that are ultra compact and portable using a stacked internal structure from Anker, on which helps increase portability and reduce size by up to and over 50% from traditional chargers that you're used to, especially ones from Apple, while also reducing the internal temperature by up to 18 degrees Celsius in something this small and compact while delivering the same power performance is a big deal. Now you guys remember this dope 100-watt charger that I had from Hyperjuice? Well, I kind of replaced it with this one, which is a step above the 735 charger that we just discussed. This is the 737. It's a 120-watt charger. Now, it has two USB Type-C ports, just like the Hyperjuice, and it has one USB Type-A port, whereas the Hyperjuice had two 18-watt USB Type-A ports, which, by the way, I never really used. But as you guys can see, almost half the size, and it's 120 watts versus 100. And by the way, this one gets really, really hot. This one I haven't really experienced it getting that hot. So if you're at Starbucks, you're just editing a video, or if you're on the go, going to the airport, you need a quick charge for a few devices, this is by far probably one of my favorite ones in the lineup, along with another one which we'll cover later on. I use this thing to charge my M1 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro and pretty much anything else with the extra ports available. So in total, it has two USB Type-C ports, like I mentioned, and one USB Type-A port, which the Hyperjuice, like I said, it has 4 ports in total, but I never really use the USB Type-A. If anything with this new guy, I just charge my laptop with it, then connect my headphones or my phone to my laptop and use those extra ports to charge them that way, still leaving one USB Type-A and C port available on the brick itself. Which, by the way, it's backed with Active Shield 2.0, and like I mentioned, when you stack this thing side by side with the Hyperjuice, it's almost half the size and it delivers more power, and it's a lot cooler than the actual Hyperjuice brick itself, which is absolutely insane. Now with this lineup, the Power 4.0 automatically detects the power requirement of a laptop, tablet, or phone and dynamically distributes the output between them in real time to deliver fast charging to multiple devices and increase the energy efficiency at the same time thanks to that gallium nitride technology. Now it does this every 3 minutes or so, and then it adjusts that power accordingly and releases extra power to other devices, which helps charging devices so much faster than before. You also have Active Shield 2.0 tech that enhances protection by regulating the internal temperature and adjusting it accordingly, protecting all your devices at the same time. Now, if you do ever need more juice, we have a 747 150-watt charger from Anker as well. That's an absolute beast, and it is a step above the 737. It sports 3 USB Type-C ports and 1 USB Type-A port that's also perfect to take with you on the go and isn't much larger than the other models. So if you want to charge your MacBook, your phone, your iPad, and headphones all at the same time, this one's a great option as well. Now I feel like this one's overkill for most consumers out there unless you're a content creator like myself or an engineer out in the field that needs to power multiple devices at the same time. I'm just glad they gave us an option to upgrade to something just a little bit larger than the 737 to go ahead and power all those devices. Especially if you're someone like me who likes to declutter and have a smaller brick. Some of us, it all comes down to preference, right? But having something available to us to purchase to power all those devices is always a great thing. Now next up, we have a slightly different approach. We have the 733 power bank and charger from Anker. It's a 65-watt power bank that has 2 USB Type-C ports and 1 USB Type-A port. Now let's be honest, even in today's market with the new iPhone 14s, I still use up most, if not all, my battery before the day is over. So having this 2-in-1 20-watt charger lets me make sure I'm always covered. Now thanks to the 10,000 milliamp battery that you get with this thing, it makes it perfect for your iPhone 14, for your iPad. You can get up to 2 full charges with your iPhone 14 just using the power bank with this power supply. Now, if you're someone that likes going to a coffee shop, editing some photos, some videos, something that'll drain that battery rather quickly, I think this is the perfect companion for you guys. Even if you want to take a short trip, hiking, campfire, bonfire, whatever the case may be, I feel like for a day or two, this will complement your lifestyle very well. And then when you're done, you can just plug it back in, charge the power bank, and use it as a power supply with the 2 USB Type-C ports and 1 USB Type-A port. Continuing on, we have the 615 USB power strip. That's also a 65 watt gallium nitride charger. However, this being a power strip, it gives us 2 USB Type-C ports, 1 USB Type-A port, and then you also have 2 AC ports. So I mean, if you don't need a lot of power but have a ton of devices, I'd say this would be a solid option for you guys, especially if you're traveling for work and in a hotel setting somewhere. I think this would be a nice addition to your backpack or your suitcase. Now, for someone like me, I don't see myself using that one that often, and that's mostly in part thanks to the 727 charger that we're going to cover next, which is by far my favorite new addition to the lineup. And it's also the same size, if not smaller, than my S22 Ultra, and it's a complete charging station. This monster has a 100 watt power delivery with 2 USB Type-C and 2 USB Type-A ports, while also throwing in 2 more AC ports on top of its slim and fit design. So if you need to plug in an additional screen or a desk lamp, you can do so while still having 4 ports free at the bottom to use for pretty much anything you'd like. Now, this obviously is for someone like myself who travels a lot and likes to eliminate the clutter while still being able to have a compact charging station to power anything I might possibly need to get my work done. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I love the 727 charging station and the 737 power brick the most out of everything in the lineup, and I feel like these are the ones I'm going to use the most going forward. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Which one's your favorite? Let me know down below, where you'll also find the links to everything that we covered in today's episode. If you want to see more, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DetroitFury. And if you enjoyed this content, please make sure you smash that like button for me, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next episode. Peace.